Hello everyone. It's now 2:22 p.m. in the afternoon. It was just 2:21. So, I'm still extremely tired, so sleepy. And my brain is scrambled. But yet I can't even fall back asleep. So I'm surprised that I got sleep in the middle of the night on the bench. But my sleep was spotty, very spotty. It was hard to stay asleep. And I woke up, it was 5:01 a.m. And I'm like, well, I'm surprised nobody messed with me while I was sleeping. But, excuse me. I have a slight headache also and heavy pressure on my heart. So, I'm glad when I woke up this morning, someone helped me with funds for breakfast. So thank you so much to the person who helped me with breakfast. So then I had to use the bathroom so bad, and they forced urinated me, not completely, but I was able to partially make it to the toilet. So yeah, but I was gonna do a regular video like I'm doing now. I was gonna do it this morning, but excuse me. I was gonna do it this morning, but I was too tired. So I think I did do a blog post, just for fun or more like journaling purposes. What would I do if I had $1,000,000? So there was a lady this morning that told me that she saw on the news that a homeless man won $1,000,000 with the lottery scratch-offs. Well, wow. And she said she didn't know if it was in Louisiana or somewhere else. But, I was telling her that, if I won $1,000,000, I would pay off whatever debt I owe and get me an RV and try to see about a way to get my own business to run, and also, give back to other homeless or less fortunate. And I made a joke saying that, yeah, I bet you if I were to win $1,000,000 and my family found out, they would want to be my best friend again, or they would fake apologize for all the evil that they've done to me, and want to get back in my good graces. I couldn't imagine them still hating my guts and wanting to avoid me if I was a millionaire. But because I'm homeless and just a nobody and have much of nothing, it's easier for them to hate me and look for reasons to not want to associate with me. But you know how people say money changes people, you know. So, but yeah. But I mean, I was told that gambling, whether it be lottery scratch off tickets or going to the casino, I heard is considered a sin, you know. And like, I don't gamble, and it's like when it was a couple of days. It, it was the day after, I think, a day or two after me and my twin sister's birthday in the year 2018, right after I became homeless, chronically homeless. Um, like I gambled on a Sunday morning, and then the following morning, in the middle of the night, I got wrongfully kicked out of and banned from Harris. They try to make it like you have to be gambling, you know. And I have just became homeless, and I was afraid, you know, and thinking about, you know, how could I be homeless on the streets in my own hometown, and all I could think about, you know, is me feeling afraid because of, you know, well, my cousin Blake, he got shot and killed like right in his neighborhood. When he got robbed, shot and killed right in his neighborhood, you know. Um, it was, you know, I don't know if he got shot. It sounds like as if the guy robbed him on my aunt's property, and then like at the house, and then um, it seemed like as if he ran across the street and the guy shot and killed him. You know, I guess he ran across the street trying to avoid the guy, and he's got shot and killed anyway. I don't know if he had already ran off the porch and ran across the street and the guy shot and killed him afterwards, or if he. But I heard like different versions of the story about how Blake got shot and killed. I mean, how hard is it to say whether if he got shot in the if someone shot him point blank in the heart or the chest, or other family members will say, oh, he got shot in the back and it pierced through his heart or something like that. And they said all it took was one shot. And they said people were saying, the family was saying that that the guy robbed, shot, and killed Blake and then took no money or something like that. You know, I don't know. But and some other stuff happened too. But anyway, so that was all I was, you know, after I became homeless in 2018, I was like afraid of, you know, crime happening to me. So all I knew of to go to was the casino. And I didn't really gamble um, until they kept saying, you know, the fake workers there were saying I have to be gambling. No, I'm like, well, I just bought something to eat. Is that not good enough? You know? So I would just try to have some place safe to charge my phone and use the bathroom, you know. And it was, I think our birthday was a Saturday. So the day after our birthday was a Sunday, and I won a little bit of money, like maybe $5 or something. And then I started to lose. So I yeah, I started to lose. So then I quit, you know. But on my 21st birthday, I was the first time I gambled, and I gambled a couple of times after that. I don't like to gamble. you know, I'm glad for that, you know. But there are some gambling addicts in my family. And I've tried the lottery scratch offs too a couple of times, or a few times. And, you know, I got cheated and perped. And I actually won some things. And the perp employee that I went to school with, knew since elementary school, used to bully me. And she cheated and lied and said that I didn't win. I mean, she lied and said I didn't win when I had two matching, the scratch offs or whatever. So I don't do any gambling, but I mean, like in 2018, yeah, like the in the middle of the night, in the early morning, the day after I did gamble, you know, I got wrongfully kicked out of and banned from Harris just for being homeless. And I heard that they banned homeless people from the casino. And then they had a black lady that bragged and laughed. And she's like, haha, yeah, I'm the one that bans people. She bragged and laughed and said, ha ha ha, yeah, I'm the one that bans people. And I didn't understand how they kicked me out, but there was a homeless lady shitting on the toilet with diarrhea and smoking a cigarette on the toilet in the bathrooms there, and they didn't kick her out or ban her. She was smoking in the bathrooms. I'm like, this is insane. They had it out for me, and I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking. Um, and that lady that they did not ban, she probably was a perp too. And I think she was drunk as hell. So I don't even know if I'm banned forever or if I was just banned for a certain amount of time. Ow. And the biological brother Sean was homeless, and they wrongfully banned him from there too. Not at the same time as me, but I heard he eventually got banned from there. But the biological sister Ramona her and the biological nephew John are gambling addicts. And I think the biological brother Pete, I'm not sure if Pete is a gambling addict or not. I don't remember. But Ramona and John, they're definitely, well, if Ramona has a certain sickness or illness or whatever, I guess she can't do that no more. But I forgot who else was gambling addicts in the family. But the idea of taking advantage of and hurting other people just to get your gambling fix. You know, um, destroying people's mental health, destroying other people's mental health behind your gambling fix. You know, I just shake my head. But um, it seems like when I did gamble I think I gambled less than 10 times in my life. And that's what lottery tickets included. Not excluded, but with lottery tickets all going to the casino, less than 10 times in my life. And Ramona would take my money, and gamble up and lose $500 within less than 10 minutes. And leave me devastated. And then and then demand that I go get 500 more out of the ATM and then lose that in another 10 minutes. And, if my so-called mental health and depression suffered, by being treated like that, and other, instances with family in different situations, using and taking advantage of me. So I don't have any pleasure in gambling at all. I'm glad I found it boring. But wow. But I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I mean, y'all know that the stalkers keep doing things to block me and stop me from making a living and earning a living and surviving my homeless situation, and because of the targeting. And so but so I mean, it seems like whenever I try to post my short stories or my writings anywhere, it seems like everything I post gets ignored or suppressed. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I mean, I am tired of being homeless, but I'm not selling out. I'm not selling my soul. And also, um, I'm hearing about a lot of bad things, that it's not good to donate blood and donate plasma. And so, a lot of people say that all those times I've been rejected from donating plasma, that's God's protection. But I was 17 and donated blood when I was in high school, But I didn't know, you know. I don't remember how many times I did it, but I thought I was brainwashed into thinking I was doing the right thing or doing something good. Um, so, yeah, I'm too tired to work on any writings this afternoon or today or whatever. And with the money left over, um, I need help to make ends meet for dinner. And it looks like I'm going to have to suffer on the streets again tonight. So I have 8 more days until that fake court date next week. And they have this anonymous perp that gets a deadly dosage of stalking and harassing me. And I don't know if it's that fake Lindling, Angie Peterson perp, or who that anonymous coward is. I don't understand. If you're going to be so bold to bully someone, why won't you show your real face or name? And I can't even get access to call up or contact the judge. How do you internet strangers get to do it? For them to call up the judge and contact the judge, and making it like as if they make sure that they're going to make sure I go back to jail and stay there. They don't have the authority or the right to do this. And what they're doing is cyber criminals. What they're doing is cyber crime. So I'm hungry enough to wish I can eat lunch, but well, I just feel like hungry, I'm hungry enough to wish I could eat lunch, but um, just like I'll just hold out for dinner, but I need help with whatever y'all could pitch in. Um, well, I have $11. Oh, excuse me. See, they're force farting me. I have $11.02 in the bank, so I need help with at least $2 to make ends meet. You know, to make ends meet, to have enough for dinner. And it looks like I'm gonna have to suffer out on the streets. And the fact that it's not winter anymore, I hate that I have to suffer more nights on the streets and less in hotels. And I feel like with my OCD and everything, I feel so defeated. Like everybody violating me and stuff, and I'm forced to be dirtier and can't get to sanitize and clean as much anymore, and forced to sit in dirty seats and dirty chairs, and you know, can't even get to sanitize. Like the bus drivers, it seems like they pull off instantly when I get on the bus, and they don't even give me a chance to sit down, and I be forced to plop in the dirty seats, and they don't even give me a chance to put down the black trash bag on a seat. Sometimes I might get the clear trash bags, but um, mainly black. You know, the trash bags they won't let me put the trash bag on a seat, and you know, and I'm tired of people bumping into and touching me and violating me. You know, and then when I ride the bus, it seems like the when I ride the bus, um, I'm being like on the verge of falling out of the seat. You know, it's like wow, I had to like within seconds I had to be forced to rearrange and change everything. And it's like I'm upset that I can't get to have a home and clean and sanitize as much as or I don't get to go home and change clothes and take a shower. You know, after coming out in public or whatever. You know, I've been very bothered with my OCD being violated. You know, and people are violating me, and I've just been feeling so defeated lately about that. You know, but I'm not gonna be much longer. But if anyway, I just need help to make ends, like $2 to make ends meet for dinner, and um, I'm not gonna live stream this evening. Well, if I don't get help with the $2, then I will try to live stream. But if I do get help, then I'm not gonna live stream. But I'm too tired. Um, Even though I have the desire to want to work on um, another fiction short story, and one of the ones that I'm working on, um, my brain is too scrambled to figure out how to continue where I left off at. So I guess I'll start another short story or something. All these short stories, and I'm earning almost nothing. You know, and it's like, um, I hate that the stalkers are blocking supporters from commenting. Shut up. And and I think that supportive people are I don't know if they're getting frustrated with me or they don't like me no more, but I'm losing a lot of supporters and the stalkers think it's funny and they're desperate enough that they're practicing witchcraft. But I'm getting off here. I need whatever help y'all can help me with.